Hey everyone, it's Elf Angel from Elf Angel's Creations. I managed to get some of my garden bed done. This is a new project I just started today. It was late in the evening, as you could see. The sun is starting to go down, so I thought I'd finish this video real quick. Sorry. So this is my favorite flower here. One of my favorites, I should say. One of my favorite herbal medicines. It's called Gilardia. It's also known as firewheel and a blanket flower. And in Cree, we call it Gisagaupi sim iskateo wapakunya, which basically means sun, fire, flowers. It's also known as fire flower to a lot of people. So iskateo wapakunya, which means fire flower in Plains Cree. So yeah, I'm not going to explain the medicinal properties of this plant right now. I'll do it in a future video. But yeah, yesterday we went to a funeral, and on the way back from the funeral, I seen a whole bunch of Gilardias that were sitting by the road, and they were calling out to me, so I went and pick as many as I could. I didn't pick all of them, of course, but I picked enough just for myself, and I had the wonderful idea of transplanting them in my area here at the Energy Healing Center, because they don't really grow in our area. So this is my first time trying to transplant them, so I know they look a little out of season, but that's all right. I'm hoping that they seed and grow wild in this area. That's what this was actually an old bookshelf that was built by my brother, and he did not like the finishing product of it because it looks a little rustic, but I absolutely love it. And he was going to throw it away, and I had the great idea of looking at it, and I was like, I see a flower bed, or even a little garden bed. I don't see an old broken bookshelf. So I decided to change this little old bookshelf into a little flower bed. So as you see, I'm not done because, like I said, the sun is going down. I managed to transplant one wild flower that I absolutely love. I'm going to be planting more flowers and possibly some vegetables. I'm not exactly sure because it is late in the season, but wildflowers definitely are going to be going in here, and I'm going to be adding some gnomes and fairies around this area, as well as magical crystals, the wild crystals, and the regular crystals, and I'll be adding some solar lights to this area. Another thing I wanted to show you guys, another little project that I started doing tonight as well too, is this area here is going to be the outhouse. So we're going to have an outhouse here built. I don't know if we're going to have one or two, but definitely one for sure is going to be here. So I started digging the hole, and the dirt is going into the flower bed. Now I want to mention too that the flower bed, this isn't going to be the only one. I'm going to get other flower beds made, a little fancier than this one. But I definitely love this one. It's very rustic, and it's rough around the edges just like I am. And as for the medicines that I pulled, like the roots here and stuff, I'll see how I feel tomorrow, and then maybe I'll collect those roots as herbal medicines, because they are of the wild rose here, which I have to pick the petals. I have to pick the petals tomorrow, and these plants here, which I believe are butterfly weed. So I'll be collecting some of those tomorrow if I have time, because tomorrow I go to Lloydminster, Saskatchewan, and I have a job interview in the morning. Monday morning, and then Tuesday I start at my second job. So the proceeds of what I'll be making an hour as a cashier/cook will be going towards the Energy Healing Center. Yeah, so that's what I want to share with you all. And, like I said, I'm still plugging away at what needs to be done here at the Energy Healing Center. So I didn't get a chance to pick the wild roses like I said I was going to. But I did manage to start to work on some of the trees that I said I was going to do in one of the videos. And I didn't do it yet. So as you see, some of the trees are growing. I believe these are apple trees. Crabapple trees, I'm not exactly sure. But I managed to get some of them cleaned out a little bit, before it starts to rain here. So I'm very, very grateful for them. I still have some other trees here in between that are just babies still. They may grow, they may not. But I definitely do need the tires. So I'm looking for donations of those if you guys have any. I'll take whatever I can. And I'm going to be painting these and decorating them. And another project I'm doing tomorrow there, that's the healing center. You know, still in the still being built. We're going to be finishing that wall that you see there. We're going to be finishing all around it, the walls. And the roof, I have to add some weight on there. And I'm going to be putting a tarp on top of it to prevent the rain from getting in. Just until the roof is being built next month or so. Definitely before winter. What else did I want to talk about here real quick? Oh yeah, in case you didn't watch the last video, the raspberry bushes that were donated to us, the raspberry canes are growing. Unfortunately, the yellow canes aren't growing as good, but the red canes are growing perfectly. So maybe this year we'll have some berries, but definitely next year for sure. So I'm very, very grateful for that. Thank you so much again, Christine Freely, for the donations. Before I go here, in case again, if you didn't watch the last video, we do have some wild trees that are growing in the area, which I'm very grateful for. So we have here aspen poplar. This one here looks like it's dead, but it might regrow. Actually, it's rebudding, so it's not actually dead. It's just regrowing, rebudding itself. So I have some aspen poplar here that I have to, fence off and save it so it doesn't get chopped up when we mow the lawn. I have here some wild Saskatoons, so I can't wait till that grows. I also have here some wild chokecherry, also known as black chokecherry. And I have a couple little bushes there and a big bush over there in the distance. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on. Here's another chokecherry trees. So that's what I'm working on here at the healing center, trying to do as much as I can while I'm home. And it's been super busy. I have some wild roses growing around the healing center. So those I do not want to cut. I actually want to transplant them if I can, because they're quite beautiful. You know, I was actually wishing I would have a flower garden around this area. And I've been so busy traveling and all that, and I came back and there's a whole bunch of roses. Oops, I should zoom in. A whole bunch of wild roses growing at the healing center here. So I talked to them today. I did a ceremony for them. I'm very, very grateful for them. They have a lot of medicinal value. But unfortunately, this grass does have to be cut. Because of ticks and mosquitoes and all that stuff. So I told the roses I'll clip whatever I can, take the medicine for it, and try and transplant as many roses as I can in the area. So that way I'm not destroying their habitat. Because I definitely love roses. If anybody knows me, I'm a big rose fan. And wild roses are definitely one of my favorite medicines. So the wild roses, I'll most likely be growing them somewhere. I don't know. I didn't pick a spot yet exactly. But along the fence here, this is where I wanted to have the garden bed. I might move it. Sorry, I'm still coughing because I was sick. I might move the garden bed just because of the fact that when the horses get here, they might eat my flowers. So, but for now, this is going to be the garden center area. And it could be moved in the future. And I'll be having garden beds along this area and a little vegetable garden, fruit garden. Once we get more settled in here and once I get an actual tiller. But I don't mind doing the labor. So as you see, I was working with a shovel and a old hoe. Working with those tools and trying to get whatever I can done here. So, like I said, it is starting to get dark. So I better let you guys go and, pack up my area here and call it a night. I still have 5 fish tanks I gotta clean before I leave to Lloydminster tomorrow. So I'll get those done. As you see here in a distance, I'll zoom in. That structure there is a ceremony house. See if I can, get a good close-up and take a picture if I can. So yeah, that's gonna be the ceremony house, and so that's gonna be the ceremony house. So we're quite excited for that. That's in a process of being built. The healing center is being built, as you guys seen. The outhouse is just starting, and the garden beds are starting. And next year we'll have a garden and all that stuff, and more garden beds, and this place will look a lot more fancier than it does now. So yeah, I just wanted to keep you all updated. Thank you guys so much for the support. I love you all. I respect you all. Keep sending the donations. It is definitely going to a great cause. And the last announcement before I go here is I might be putting a spiritual retreat here next month in August. We're not exactly sure. This land here in the background is ours, and most likely I'll be putting the spiritual retreat there, or most likely in this area, for tents and all that stuff. So it's coming along. We'll definitely have the spiritual retreat one of these days. So with that, thank you all so much. I love you all, and my birthday is on July 15th, so see you all soon. Bye.